Hey, this is Steve Freeman, your Serious About Sold realtor with eXp Realty. I'd like to talk to you really quickly about we're about to get ready to make the offer. So many of you have either bought or sold a home before. Some of you have never bought or sold a house in your lifetime. I just want to kind of talk to you because it changes from year to year about what we can expect through the offer. So of course we need you to go ahead and be talking to the lender. We need that pre-approval letter so that we can submit that with the offer. That way that they know that you actually can afford to buy the house. So just kind of walking through it real quick. We're going to come up with whatever sales price that we want to offer. There's a place in there also that we can ask the seller to contribute towards your closing costs. What I'd like for you to remember though, that it's a net number. So the less that you offer and the more you ask for closing costs is a lower net for the seller, versus sometimes it makes sense to offer more to get more closing costs because it's less money out of pocket, because you've got to have your down payment and that closing cost number. So moving down there, we have to leave earnest money. We'll figure out a closing date. Typically here in this area, the closings are anywhere from 30 to 45 days. 30 is the quickest because it takes the lender about that long to do it. 45 days at the longest that somebody, well, sometimes we can get to 60 days, but really no seller is going to want to hold their house off the market much more than that. Earnest money's next. And the earnest money is going to go either held by the real estate company or held by the attorney. And from there, we're going to drop down and do the due diligence. Typically, it's going to be 12 to 10 days that we have to negotiate that number out. In that time, that's your time to do any kind of inspections. If you want to check out crime rates, if you want to check out sexual offenders that might be in the area, that's your time to do it. If you cancel the contract inside that due diligence, maybe the sun didn't come up as yellow today as it was yesterday, you can cancel the contract. It's almost like an option, and your earnest money is returned to you. From there, we're going to do some special stipulations in the end. Typically, my typical special stipulations I always ask for the termite letter and a bond if we can get it. I ask for a home warranty to be provided by the seller. It's like an insurance policy. If something tears up, you pay the co-payment. They come out as a repair, replace. From there, we usually will ask the seller if it's on a septic tank to pump that septic tank. Trying to think what else is pretty standard for us. The earnest money, if the attorney's holding it, is to be wired in. It's the safest way to do it, but remember there's some fraud there, so you have to get that information from the attorney for what the account number that you're going to do it in. We're going to have a finance contingency that's in there with a certain number of days. We're going to have an appraisal contingency with a certain number of days, and that's kind of it. There's different moving pieces to it, but in a nutshell, that's kind of the overall picture to it. If you have a house that you have to sell first, it has to close first, we'll make a contingent on that. If it's just on the market, no contract. With the market moving as fast as moving here, sellers are not going to be as likely to take that. They're going to want to see one that's already under contract and then maybe contingent on the close. So again, this is just kind of a real brief, quick overview of it. Either call myself or the agent or someone on my team who's helping you along with this process, and we're happy to answer any questions because this is probably one of the most important pieces to get right in the transaction is the offer, because we can't really go back and ask for things after that. So again, this is Steve Freeman, your Serious About Sold realtor with eXp. If you need to get me, stevefreeman.work, or I'm just going to go ahead and give you my cell phone number directly, 770-318-8767. It's always a pleasure to do business with you, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.